All right, we're here together in the month of October to talk about breast, rest, and digest. This is a very common sense topic, yet I feel like there's a lot of people that don't pay attention in the ways that I'm going to share today. Now, my history, I'm Pamela Hunter. I am a top leader, diamond leader in Young Living Essential Oils. And I previously, back in my previous life, I worked for the American Cancer Society. So I went around, I had 8 rural counties that I did education, I did fundraising, and I did care, where I went and basically took people through their journey and did a lot of education with and about our health and our wellness journey. Now, working for something like that, you can imagine that there was a lot of people already in a suffering state. We're not talking about that tonight. What we're talking about tonight is how do we love ourselves and stay well, as we know that we have a body part that needs our attention. So our little outline is: number 1, breast awareness; 2, oils to love on your breasts and your body; 3, prep your shower for self-care; and 4, we'll do a meditation for rest and digest. So let's begin tonight. If you have a citrus oil near you, or one of my favorites is Citrus Fresh. It's diffusing in my diffuser behind me. And I'm going to grab it, and I'm putting this on my chest to begin. Now, know that all citrus oils are sun sensitive. So if you plan on going sunbathing tomorrow and your chest is going to be exposed, or you're going for a walk with an open shirt, please don't put it on your chest. Know that you need about anywhere from 24 to 48 hours without that oil on your skin before the sun hits it. But I know that's not going to happen for me in Chicagoland. So I'm going to rub it right on my chest and then take in what I call a scent tent. And that is when we have the oils on our hands and we take it right to our nose in a tent form. Take a deep breath in. Let that essential oil waft right into your olfactory and through all those little areas in the nose, and goes right to the limbic brain, where our emotions and our memory are stored. We're using the citrus oil just to open up the cells, open up our olfactory, to awaken the body as we start to learn today. So as we do that, let me just make sure. Oh, iPad 6 is Carol. Thanks, Carol. Just making sure we don't have a hitchhiker on here of any type. So I want to start out here with a hum. Why? We're going to hum because the rhythmic vibration from humming stimulates the vagus nerve and influences heart rate variability, the HRV. Please keep yourself muted. I'm going to mute you if you haven't. And maybe facilitators, you can help me do that as well. Keep everybody muted at this time as they come in. Okay, so we're going to hum. It influences heart rate, the vagus nerve, a broad measure of overall health and fitness, and a biomarker of the homeostatic capacity, as well as the potential for a healthy lifespan. In unison or independently, a hum is a familiar tune that activates that vagal tone. Now, you've heard a lot about polyvagal as a buzzword out there right now. So let's do that together. Rub your hands together, wafting that essential oil, that aroma, right into your olfactory. Take your hands to your heart and take a breath in, and let's hum. Hum. Notice how you feel. We're going to do it one more time. And as you do it the second time, I want you to feel the vibrational energy, that rhythmic vibration going up through the brain and down through the body. One more time. Inhale. Nice. So breast awareness. I love my breasts. I'm going to say it right out of the gate. Words are so powerful, my friends. What does your breast hear you communicate to them? Now let's just think about this for a minute. We're women. We get in groups of women and we say, oh, my breasts have gotten so big, and oh, I've gained so much weight. They're this, they're that, or they're heavy, or they just don't look good as I age. We talk so negatively about our breasts. Can I invite you today to stop the negative breast chatter? I'm guilty. I caught myself about a month ago going, wow, I just, this weight gain from menopause has been a thing, but man, I'm just not used to how big my breasts are. But guess what? I caught myself and I went, watch out what you wish for. I don't want anything to happen to my breasts. I don't want any negative connotations from my thoughts, my words, my actions. Do you boost yourself up or beat yourself down? I invite you to pay attention. I invite you to change the status quo if it is something that you complain about. I invite you to right now, and I'm the one on video, to touch your girlfriends here, to touch them and feel them. If you've ever taken a yoga class with me, you know that this is a thing, that we touch our body. And as we touch our body, we love that part of our body. So whatever you're comfortable with, you can turn off your camera, whatever, but please touch your breasts and say these affirmations. Repeat them after me. I love my breasts. I love my boobies. I nurture my chest and my body. I nurture my chest and my body. I am free to be me. Yeah. I accept all that I am, all that I am. I am happy with how God made me. I'm happy how God made me. Now those came from me and just the work that I do. These next ones come from the book Heal Your Body by Louise L. Hay that I use as a reference when I hear people talking, and I hear us talking things about our bodies, or maybe if you've had twinges or something going on in your breast and you want to help the healing process, these are the affirmations from Louise L. Hay. I take in and give out nourishment in perfect balance. I am important. I count.
Take in and give out nourishment in good proportion.
In perfect balance. Yes.
I count in perfect balance.
I am important.
I'm important.
Susan, can you please mute your mic, please?
Sorry. I thought I was muted.
Care for and nourish myself with love and with joy. I now care for and nourish myself with love and with joy. I allow others the freedom to be who they are. I allow others the freedom to be who they are. We are all safe and free. We are all safe and free. All right. So with that, we are reminded, especially during the month of October, that we need to do our breast self-exams. And I used to go around all of the state of Missouri teaching breast self-exams. So there's 2 steps. You look and then you feel. You can see all this online. Many of you already know this. It's just a reminder. But those of you that maybe have not been practicing it at least once a month, which I would say once a week, life can change like that. And at least once a week, I would say, in my world, take a look. Look in the mirror, naked. I call it LGN. Look good naked. That's what we strive. That's why we exercise. That's why we eat good. That's why we use these products to LGN. Look good naked. And as you're looking good naked, because you are you, you want to put your arms up and look at your breasts. What do you see? You want to then put your arms on your shoulder, on your hips, and see what you see. And then with nothing on, you want to hang forward and let gravity take hold and see what you see. And what are you looking for? You're looking for nipple retraction, bulges of any type, dimpling skin, pulling skin, any difference between your left and your right breast. That's what you're looking for. Again, we all look better here. They rise up. Be kind to yourself. Have patience and be gentle as you stand in Wonder Woman and take a look. And then allow yourself to say, yep, here I am. Let me see how you look, girls. And check it out. Then you do the feel. Feeling, using 3 fingers to feel. You want to touch your neck up here, and we're going to talk about lymph. We're going to go through some lymph stuff. You want to touch your upper chest. You want to touch behind your arms, up and down behind your arms and all the way into the armpit, right? Both sides. And then you want to touch around the breasts. So I like the circle motion where you go around the outer edge and down and around, and you keep spiraling in towards the nipple. And what are you what are you feeling for as you do this? Masses, they could be smaller than a pea, could be a pea, marble size or walnut size. Or you're looking for you're feeling for dimples, because you can kind of feel if there's an indentation of some sort. You're feeling for anything that feels irregular. And know that if you drink a lot of caffeine, you may feel a little bit of like cystic fibroid stuff on the outer edges. And you need to know your body by doing this on a regular basis, both sides, and doing this to know what your breast tissue feels like. Notice if there's any pain. Notice and really feel around the nipple as well. Okay, and as you feel, you may want to look after as well and see if you notice any of that nipple retraction again. So it's kind of like crossing the street. Look right, look left, look right again. Look, feel, look is a good habit to get into. So we're going to go over taking care of your breasts is not just about this area of your body. I want to go over the lymph system, and I want to go over products that we use for our breasts as well. So your lymphatic system needs love to move the fluids in your body so they do not pool around your breasts or any other areas in the body. Your lymphatic system, some say, is your bathroom, your toilet, and your shower. We need to move these fluids, which is mostly water in the body, in order to bathe out all impurities. So this is about staying well. I'm really big into the lymph system. I'm really big into all of the detox pathways, making sure that they're active so that we can be in our best homeostasis. So according to Sharon Vogel of National Lymphatic Centers, who is also in our oil team, and she's a lymphatic specialist, the steps to moving lymph are 3. 1, myofascial release, 2, lymph drainage, and 3, lymph massage. Now, I'll revisit these oils in a moment, but I'm going to say to you, this little one that I've relabeled is one that I keep in my shower to do this lymph release with. And this is half tangerine and half cypress. So I literally use my bottle of tangerine down or my bottle of cypress, whichever one you want. I use it down and I fill the other half with the other one. So half tangerine, half cypress. And before I do my lymph work, I take these drops and I drop it into my hands and I allow it to drop. I don't want to use a roller ball. That's going to be one of your questions. With a roller ball, you don't know how much you are using. I want to know that I have 3 drops. Okay. And I rub those together and I rub it right along this portal right here, your lymph drainage port. And I'm going to share with you a 16-step lymph drainage for the upper body. Now, you're like, 16 steps? This is Pamela Hunter's version that I have created. I've compiled it from multiple people's lymph drainage processes. This is a combination of multiple ones that feel really good to me. And this is all for the upper body. I do a full body lymph, but I'm concentrating on the upper body for right now. So do it with me, please. So whatever oil you wanted to put on, you can. Make sure you use your olfactory and get it into the limbic brain with your scent tent. And then we're going to do this. And again, this will be on video for you to have. We're going to do our butterfly. And this is from Sharon Vogel. And I really love the butterfly analogy. So you cross your arms and take your fingers and gently butterfly your fingers and awaken the top of the skin, the little hairs on the skin, awaken this fascia on the neck. Just awaken it by the butterfly. You can go up and down however you feel that butterfly, and you'll notice it kind of urges you to take a deep breath. So breathe with it. And I hope you're belly breathing. We'll go over that in a minute. So do that for just a little bit. And then we're going to take our right hand and hold right over the clavicle on the left side. Notice I'm making an L shape across so that the palm of my hand is really in that drainage port right under the Adam's apple there. And then across the clavicle area. And we're holding for 1 minute. Ready, go. And deep breath in and out through the nose, letting your belly rise when you inhale, letting your belly fall when you exhale. In through the nose and out through the nose. Keep breathing. Opening up that portal. As you inhale, your belly rises. As you exhale, your belly falls. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Nice, that was 1 minute. And then we're going to windshield wiper. So it's like you have your palm right there and you're moving your fingers up, only in one direction, not up and down, just up. And we'll do that here about 8 times for each one moving forward. We'll do 8 windshield wipers. Then we'll do the other side of the windshield wiper. Smile when you do it. You can do it in the mirror and look at yourself and say how beautiful you are. Please do. All right, a couple more. 8 to 10. You don't have to count exactly. All right. And then we're going to take the flat part of our hand and circle the armpits towards that spot. So around the armpit and up, 8 circles. And then the other side. You can decide which way feels best to you. Notice when you need to take a breath. Nice. And then moving to the face, let's take a nanu. Remember Morgan Mindy and Am I Aging Myself? Split the fingers, and you can do this together, or if you're not coordinated enough, you can do it one at a time, and you can do it across. But I like to do it together, 8 circles. So I've got a finger behind, 2 fingers behind the ear, and 1 on front. Do you see that? And I'm going 8 circles. So I already did 5, 3 more. And then right below the jaw, circle. I like to do this one at a time. And the other one. And then sweep down the neck 8 times. Use your whole hand. And then from your chin, so I like to go this way, chin to the ear, down the neck. You can do it one at a time or both. I'm doing it both. I've learned this and I do it pretty quickly. I often do it in the shower. Notice when that deep breath comes, that's usually what tells me to move on. All right. And then your lower face. So here, take off my glasses. Here, get your whole lower face. And then this is a big one. I've seen a lot of circles circles and puffiness under the eyes, that kidney point. Do big circles under the eyes, making sure your fingers get that. And then you're feeling that whole face under the eyes there. And then forehead, it's like you're making a line down the midline and you're doing the forehead. And then guess what? We get to sweep it down the neck again. Sweep it down. Who's breathing so nicely? Oh, feels good. All right, and then I like to walk down the sternum, in between my sternum bone. I like to walk down that and say hello there and go right in between the breasts, and then under the breast to the armpit, under the breast to the armpit, into those portals where the clavicle is. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then circle the armpits. If you just came in, write your name in the chat, your email, where you're from, and make sure you're muted. Circling those armpits. Now I'm doing right to the sides of the breasts. You can go whichever way. Sometimes I go both ways because it just feels like I need to. And then hold that clavicle. So you really only need to hold the one side, but I kind of like crossing over and holding both. It depends on my mood. So I'm going to hold, and I'm just making sure that that right hand is on that left side. The right hand can just rest where it rests. Hold that for another minute, or until you feel that is complete for you, and then sweep that windshield wiper up again. Now I feel like this moves the fluids and really touches the lymph around my breast area and around, obviously, all the lymph through the neck, the face, down the arms. I'd like to revisit that myofascia, the lymph drainage, and the lymph massage. And the way that Sharon and in your resources that I'll send to you, it's her website, and you'll see a video of her doing this. And when she holds, when there is swelling or anything that you're working and you want to work, you go to the joint above it. And so you hold to open that myofascia. So this would be your myofascia release, this hold. Okay. Yeah. And then the sweep, the windshield wiper in that area is the lymph drainage, right? So then you're sweeping that lymph. And then the lymph massage would be the squeegee of that part below it. So just an example using the arm of that. And I will be really honest, I got challenged 13 years ago in my lymph. And I actually own a machine called the LymphStar Pro. If you want to ever look that up, lymphstarpro.com, that I do lymph work on myself probably about 4 times a week. I used to do every day when I really was in need. Now it's 3 to 4 times a week that I wake up in the morning and the first thing I do is my lymph. And I actually use a machine for it that is light and frequency, but I always do my touch, because when I travel and when I'm in the shower, I mean, I kind of like the sense of the shower, and I like any excuse to stay in there longer. So that's when I do that. But I notice right here that my lymph gets stuck. Feel that right now and see if that's sticky there. And if it's sticky, it means your lymph is a little stuck. So maybe work this area as well as what else we worked with that, what I just showed you. Okay. Any questions about that? Any comments? If you want to unmute and make a comment that is all about wellness, I'm happy to give you a second to do that. If there's any questions, concerns, testimonials that are compliant that you'd like to share, I'm open to that. I'll pause here for a moment. If not, we'll keep going. All right, we're going to keep going. So oils to have on for your breast care and your lymph care and all that we need to keep things well. Citrus Fresh, we talked about not only topical, but also internally. So if you have your drink here, this is my tea, my ginger and turmeric and lemon. I'm going to add a couple drops of that Citrus Fresh in there. You can add a little pinch of salt to give it extra hydration. You can do this in the notes. I have lime salt water in the mornings after I drink this. This is, I've refilled over and over today. It just is warming today. Tastes amazing. Why do I put that pinch of salt? For hydration, minerals, and to help the essential oil mix into your drink. So there's lots of reasons to use a little pinch of salt, and I'm going to talk about salt in a minute. Take another drink because it tasted so yummy. But you may just do a good source of water, filtered. You know, if you're not drinking good water, get some good filtered water. And put 3 drops of lime essential oil if you really like it. 1 drop is plenty if you haven't used it before, and a little pinch of salt, and drink that throughout the day, and that'll help hydrate and get the water actually into your body and into your cells. So I mentioned the tangerine, half tangerine and half cypress. Really, really love that blend. The other one that's almost gone because I had to grab it out of my shower is, I call it Girlfriends. And this one is my daily, half orange plus half frankincense or sacred frankincense. Frankincense, whichever one you have. Sacred frankincense is Boswellia sacra, and frankincense is Boswellia carteri. They're both fantastic. So you decide which one you have. I, again, let a bottle get halfway down with my frankincense and I pour the orange in, label it as girlfriends, and it's in my shower. And it goes right here, all these places. Sun sensitive, make sure it's not in the summer sun or you're going on vacation and doing that. It is sun sensitive. If you'd like a blend because you live in a warm climate and you don't want to worry about the sun sensitivity, it would be Idaho, which I don't have that one right here. Idaho Grand Fir, half of that and half of frankincense or sacred frankincense. So Gary Young taught us that very long ago on stage, that to love on your girlfriends, he used to say balsam fir. Now that is called Grand Fir, Idaho Grand Fir plus frankincense. Another one for the lymph that I really, really love is half lemongrass and half copaiba. So say you didn't want to use an entire bottle because you only have one bottle of these. You just take 2 drops of lemongrass in your palm, 2 drops of copaiba in your palm, rub them together. You have the blend, and then you can place them on all those parts we just touched, right? Or on the bottom of your feet. The bottom of your feet is always a safe place, a wonderful place to put oils. Okay, so those 2 are awesome as well. Cellulite Magic Massage Oil. Forgot to grab this out of my shower. It's up in my shower. I have a pump on it. 1 pump, rub it on my areas that are cellulite-y. That is one of the markers for lymph, that your lymph needs some help, is those areas of that cellulite. So Cellulite Magic right on those areas, just to give love to that skin. Multi-greens or ninja greens, those 2 products. How did I forget to grab those? Here's ninja greens. Let me see if I have a multi-green in here. I think I do. Oh, no, that's Comfort Tone. George probably is using them. George takes multi-greens more than I do. But ninja greens in your shake or just by itself in your blender, however you want to make it, when you get the chlorophyll and all the good greens, you're actually moving fluids in the body. You're nourishing your body and you're moving the fluids in your body at the same time. So really, really healthy to get your greens in. If you don't want to use a product for that, eat your greens. Eat your greens, be Popeye, eat your spinach, eat your kale, eat your collard greens, all the things, right? Green, green, green. Detox baths. Raise your hand if you love baths. I love baths. I will not have a home without a bath. If you haven't been in your bath and you have a bathtub in your home and you're like, oh, it's always dirty, clean your bathtub. Detox bath, soaking 20 to 40 minutes. What's the recipe? 2 cups of Epsom salts, 2 cups of either hydrogen peroxide that has 3% hydrogen peroxide, or 1 cup of apple cider vinegar. You'll decide which one works for you better. I personally like the apple cider vinegar version. 2 cups of baking soda and 10 drops of rosemary is a nice recipe. It's funny to put those spices in your bath, but rosemary is a favorite in my bath. I like basil in my bath. I like what am I trying to say? Lemongrass in my bath, but I don't do it by itself. I do it with some softer oils too. So you can make up your own recipe, but a nice one for what we're talking about is that rosemary. Your shower and bath salts in a jar. So let's talk about that. So I've got my goods back here, and I got a couple different salts, and I got a couple different, well, I have the oil that I like, but you may have a different oil. And you want to know salts. So one of the best ones, which I'm out of right now and I'm waiting on Amazon to deliver it, is my Celtic sea salt. That a lot of people think has the most minerals you can get. I've also had some really strong, wise nutritionists in my world tell me that this one is one of the best, and I really like it when I pinch it into my water, and that's the Eden sea salt. and it's very fine. It's hand harvested French Celtic salt. I also like this one in my bath if I'm doing a bath scrub, because I'm going to see if I can show you how fine this is. Do you see how fine? You can barely see. It's very, very fine. It's almost like a powder. And I really, really like this one. I'm putting it back in there because I'm going to use this jar to make my bath salts. I'm no longer going to eat this one. This jar, it's about halfway full. I also buy these little jars like this that are glass from Target. You could get 4 of these for $5. So Target's a great place to look for jars. Hobby Lobby, Michael's, those places. Of course, I hate to promote Amazon all the time, but you know, you can find anything on Amazon. So jars are fun, and you can make it really fun for gifts. Be careful because you're going to have glass in your shower, but you do want it to be in glass. The other salt that I really, really like is this one. And this is from healthgems.com. Write that down, healthgems.com. To be a part of that, you have to be a member. If you call them and you want to order from them, tell them that you know me and that I've sent you. This is a combination of 5 ancient salts. They call them scalar salts because there's energy into them from a scientist. And these are 5 ancient salts from around the world. The black ones are Hawaiian. So that's not pepper, that's salt. And I use these for my food, for my body, and all of that too. It's very strong. You need less is more with this one. But if you're looking for a really good salt, this is a really good salt. So in order to make a bath salt, I'm not fussy about it. And it's not a bath salt that I'm going to pour in the bathtub. This is a bath salt that I'm going to scrub my body with. So what I do is I use a carrier oil right in here. This is half salt, and I'm going to put the carrier oil in there. Now, carrier oils. How many of you, write in the chat if you are familiar with Ayurvedic doshas? What is your dosha? If you do not, at the end of this, I will put a link in there for you to figure out what dosha you are. So my background is yoga, 20 some years of yoga, and I'm actually starting school in January to get what I call my yoga masters, my 1,000-hour yoga therapy training, and I will be in school for the next 2 years with that. And I work with the doshas a lot with my coaching program. And if you are a Vata dosha, which I'm not going to go into the education for timing purposes, but if you're a Vata, you need sesame oil or avocado oil. And you'll get this in the notes. If you're Pitta, you need coconut oil as your carrier oil. If you're Kapha, you need almond oil as your carrier oil. So if that means something to you, great. If it doesn't, and you're like, I got coconut oil, I'm using that. I've got olive oil, I'm using that. You use whatever works for you. But if you want to take it to the next step and you want continued education, then I just gave it to you. So what do? You pour the oil into the salt, and you can make it whatever you want it to be as far as how much carrier oil to salt. There's no exact recipe.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. I have one question. I don't mean to interrupt you.
That's okay.
What did you say the oil for Vatas were?
The Vata oil is sesame oil or avocado, either one.
Okay, I'm going to put that in the chat. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. And you just keep adding until you get the consistency of the salt that you desire. Okay. Look how I don't make it fussy. I just used a Sharpie to blend that together. And I got salt falling on my desk. It's okay. Now, what am I going to do then? I'm going to take my essential oils. And this one's going to be for my girlfriends. So I want the girlfriend blend. So I'm using my frankincense. And I'm going to drop 10 to 20 drops in here. I'm going to keep dropping until I don't feel like dropping anymore. Okay, that feels good. Now, in the future, I have courses coming. They're not ready yet, but I have courses coming. Awakening your awareness with essential oils, your onboarding, and deepening your awareness with essential oils. And that is using your intuition to form a relationship with these oils so they actually speak to you. So now orange is coming to play. See orange? It's funny, on the screen it looks yellow, but to me it's orange. All right, so I'm just gonna let orange drop in here. I said half and half, but I'm kind of just gonna go with my intuition for right now and not count. If you're a counter and you want it exact, then you do the exact. That feels good to me. And then make sure it's all blended up. Now, again, you can have it as salty or as greasy as you want, or as potent as you want with your essential oils. When I take in that smell, I'm like, oh. Make sure you can smell it. Make sure it feels good. You can also shake it to make sure it gets all in there. Now, not only is the oil going in, you're exfoliating your skin with the salt. You're also exfoliating the gunk from your day off. So when do I do the salt scrub in the shower? Most of the time at night. At night. Now, so many seers and healers and people that know a lot, have a knowingness, they will tell you to take showers at night to wash off the day. And so many of us don't want to do that because we don't want to get our hair wet and we don't want to wash our hair every night. We don't want to redo our hair. Well, don't get your hair wet. But rinse your body off. Rinse your body off and scrub your whole body. Start with your girlfriends and scrub your whole body a little bit and release all the things that went on in that day. Okay? Really, really powerful to do. All right, any questions, write them in the chat or raise your hand and unmute, and we're willing to chat with you about that. But making bath salts, it's not about dumping them in your bath. You can do that with a bag of Epsom salts and have all that next to your bed. Next to your bath. You don't need to make jars of salts to pour in your bath. This is to scrub your body with. Okay? All right. So overall wellness, we've talked about these very specific oils and oil blends for our wellness with taking care of our breasts and our lymph. Overall wellness oils, as you're doing these things that are really potent to use. This is an old bottle because I keep refilling it. It's my only 5 ml of Endoflex. I keep refilling it. Endoflex, and I put that right here. And I often use Endoflex as my bath oil, my 8 drops in the bath, Endoflex. Endoflex is known to support overall wellness for females. It's a great oil to support us. Another one is Juvaflex. Anything with Juva in the title is about rejuvenate, right? There's Juvaflex, Juva Cleanse, Juva Tone that we have. We have Juva powder. We have Juva Spice. Rejuvenate. What organ in our body helps us rejuvenate our body on a regular?
The liver?
Yes, ding, 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 ding. The liver. So this is a great one to use physically, emotionally, mentally, right on that liver area. So this is an oil I put on at night before I go to bed. And I can tell I'm almost out of this one. It's beautiful blue. So be careful. Don't get it on your nightgown, especially if you wear white. And you rub that together and place that right on the liver front and back. Then just for good measure, I think the pancreas and spleen need some love too. So I take it all around for overall wellness. Take that scent tent there. It smells so good. So
Pam, which oil is that?
Juvaflex.
Okay.
So as we prep for our shower, some of these you may use in the shower, some of these you may use just daily during the day. I'll tell you another one of my favorites for overall wellness, because I'm really big into a healthy digestive system, a healthy gut, all of that. And the oils in this blend, well, I should tell you the oils in all these blends. Sorry, I didn't do that. Oh, let me find my phone so I can go to my app. This stuff doesn't stay in my mind. So I'm going to use an app to look up. Let me go back, rewind just a moment, and let's go to Endoflex, and I'll tell you what's in it. Endoflex is spearmint, sage, geranium, myrtle, nutmeg, and German chamomile. Pretty powerful. Then if we go to Juvaflex, fennel, geranium, rosemary, Roman chamomile, blue tansy, that's what gives it its blue color, and helichrysum. Powerful. Then Aroma Ease is not known as a digestive oil. It isn't known. And we can't really claim anything about it for the digestive system. But every one of the oils in it, if you look them up individually, is about digestion. Peppermint, spearmint, ginger, cardamom, and fennel. So I say those are all individual oils that support a healthy digestive system. And I absolutely love the aroma. And I think that's why it's called Aroma Ease, because it's an easy aroma to like. And rub that together and place that on your lower belly, your gut area. And maybe make the swipe from right across and down to the left. And then take that in. Oh, yes. That is one of my true blue favorites. I don't go anywhere without that one. That one's in my handbag at all times. I love it. Basic lemon, overall wellness. We know what lemon does for the body with pH balance. We also know it scrubs things, and don't we want to be scrubbed? So using lemon, whether it's in your water, in your tea, on the bottom of your feet, wherever it is, lemon is fantastic. So those ones I wanted to make sure I mentioned as some to look at for overall wellness. So prepping our shower, I'm going to share my screen for a minute. And I'm going to share this. Dry brushing. Really, really, really important. Dry brushing, a guide to dry brushing. So if you put your email in the chat, I will send this to you. It's off the internet somewhere. It's been in my files for a while. I use it at a lot of my retreats because I love the way this is written. It's fun and it shows you how to actually dry brush. So using that dry brush, if you don't have a dry brush, use your hands, like just your fingertips, and make a little movement. Dry brushes, my favorite place to buy the little dry brushes. I forgot to grab this out of my bathroom too. Sorry, I got sidetracked and got some phone calls before this. Is the dollar store. The dollar store always has dry brushes when I go in there, and they're $1. So no excuse. They're easy to travel with. It's even more important to use them when you travel. And you can take time to play with this flyer that I show you. But dry brushing is so important right before a shower. There's all kinds of videos that you can find online about how do I dry brush and get that technique down. So I'm bringing these to your attention of what to have for shower prep, for self-care. Oil application of your choice by itself, or use the salt scrub before you get in the shower. When you put oils on in the shower or before you shower and the heat hits it, it makes the oil go in even deeper from the heat. So it really goes in deep, and you can really do some self-care for yourself with the amazing aroma in your shower, the amazing benefits to your body, and that personal touch that you're giving yourself. Then review the 16-step lymph drainage for your upper body. Really healthy to do before the shower, in the shower, right after the shower, whatever you want to do. And then cold shower bursts or shower tub plunges. Now you've seen ice plunges be really popular right now. Ice baths, doing cryotherapy, all these things are really, really popular right now. But I have to tell you, I've been doing these for 20 years. And the easiest way for me is to fill my tub with as cold of water as I can get it. Maybe even I'll empty my ice chest from my fridge into my cold water in my tub, and I will plunge in the cold and get into the hot shower, and then plunge into the cold and get into the hot shower. Sometimes I stay in the cold and see how long I can, but you got to do a lot of deep breathing to do that. I'm not going to teach you that. You can look it up. But taking cold showers in the morning, and I mean working towards that cold shower, or at least turning it down and giving yourself a burst, is really, really, really healthy. It's really, really beneficial. So to move that fluid, to take care of these girls, to bring your body into a state that says, she's taking care of me. It's really big. So I started doing cold showers back in, I want to say like 2003, when I started in with a style of yoga for awareness. And that was a challenge to do it every single day. And then it felt weird to do a hot shower. So I play with it now, and I'm blessed. I have 5 shower heads in my shower. So I'll take my hot shower, and then I'll turn on one of the other shower heads, and it bursts ice cold water on me, and I go, whoa! And then I get in the hot, and then I try the other one, and a burst of cold will come on me. So however you can do it to get that hot and that cold, okay? Really helpful to the body in the shower. All right. So that is my education, and now it's meditation time. So I will answer questions right after the meditation. Put them in the chat, and we'll do the giveaways and all of that as well. So we'll do a short little meditation. So if you are at a place where you can lay down, by all means, feel free to lay down. If you'd like to sit on the edge of your chair and straighten your spine up, we'll do a short meditation for rest and digest. Now, let me explain this a bit, why I named it breast, rest, and digest. Rest and digest is the opposite of fight and flight. We often say fight or flight, but I think we're fight and flight a lot of times. And what that means is that we're like a hamster in a wheel, going, and our body has a really hard time healing and staying well if we stay in fight and flight. The goal of all these practices that we do, and even the practice of being patient with an essential oil dropping into your hand, can be a rest and digest practice. That gets us into the parasympathetic nervous system instead of the sympathetic nervous system. Fight and flight is sympathetic nervous system. Rest and digest is the parasympathetic nervous system. So all these things, taking time to breathe, taking time to do circles and do this lymph, taking time to make a salt scrub, to prepare a bath, to take a shower, to be in a bath, all those things, humming, breathing, all of these tools are to help you get into rest and digest. And if we want to take care of ourselves on a daily basis, these are all tools to get into rest and digest. So here's a meditation. Go ahead and put your feet on the earth, lift your spine, let your head and chin rest on the neck and shoulders. Go ahead and close your eyes and just find your breath where it is. Don't alter it, just notice your breath. And once you start to notice your breath, notice your belly moving with your breath. As you breathe in, your belly rises. And as you breathe out, your belly falls. You breathe in, your belly rises. Breathe out, your belly falls. As you continue to breathe into your belly and out of your belly, feel your feet. Notice your whole foot on the earth. Feel your ankles connected to your feet. Climb up your legs to your knees. Feel the length from your knees to your hips. Feel your seat where you're laying or sitting. As you come into your core, the core of your body where your soft organs are, notice your breath moving in and out. Notice the lift of your spine from your coccyx, that tailbone, up through the butterfly of the sacrum. And climb up the spine with your breath from the lower lumbar, one by one, up the thoracic in the middle spine, up the cervical spine in your neck. Notice your spine lengthen with your breath in. And maintain that length as you exhale the breath. Notice the back of your skull, the top of your head. Notice that opening to divine energy coming through the crown of your head. Acknowledge where your hair falls. Sense where your hair starts and where your forehead is pointing outward. Notice the smooth skin across your forehead. Sense your soft eyes looking at their eyelids. Do you feel the space between your eyes? Can you sense from the inner eyebrow to the outer eyebrow? How do you feel the breath coming in through your nose? How does it feel when the breath leaves your nose? What are your ears hearing? Are you able to feel how big your outer ear is and how tiny your inner ear is? Notice your mouth and the saliva in your mouth, your lips touching, your teeth apart, your tongue resting down away from the roof of the mouth. Is your jaw able to rest? Feel from the tip of your chin to your Adam's apple and across your clavicle from the midpoint, the midline point, to the outer points of that clavicle, noticing your shoulders and maybe adjusting them just a bit. Feel from the top of your shoulders down to your elbows, from your elbows to your wrists. Feel the openness and the light from the palm of your hands. Tap your pinkies, your next finger, your ring finger, your middle finger, your pointer finger, and your thumb. Feel your chest rising and falling with the breath now as you breathe into the belly. Let the lobes of the lungs fill with air, coming into 3-part breathing as you fill the chest with air. And exhale, let it float. And as you exhale, let the navel come back into the spine. 2 more times, breathing into the belly. Filling the lobes of the lungs and giving all the soft organs nice oxygen and blood as you lift that breath into the chest. Pause this time in the fullness of the breath. And then softly exhaling, letting the chest descend, letting the navel come in. As you breathe in, the belly rises, comes into the lobes of the lungs. The soft organs say, hello, thank you, I love you. Your breaths say, I'm here and I love you too. You pause at the top and you feel the broadness and the expansion across the chest and the back. And then you exhale and you feel a sense of calm, a sense of rest. And as that breath comes in, you feel that navel come in and your digestive system says, we are resting and digesting. And as you take that next breath, it's right into that small intestine. And as you exhale, it says yes. And you once again feel the bend in your hips and the bend in your knees and the support of your ankles. And you feel your feet. I feel my feet. I feel my feet touching the earth, grounding, centering. I feel Mother Earth, Pachamama, guiding me, supporting me. And as I breathe in, all the way in, I feel divine energy above me. And as I come to my heart, I feel heaven and earth come together. And I sense my feet again. And I feel my whole body rest and digest. I feel heard. I feel valued. I feel my worthiness. I feel seen. I feel desired. I feel loved. I accept all that is around me, all that is. I feel the energy around me. I acknowledge it. I accept it. And I accept all that I am within. I acknowledge it. And I accept it, feeling safe and pure and well. I am enough. I am enough. I am love. I love myself. Be there for a moment, just breathing it in, feeling it, being with it. Allowing the love for your breasts to bring you into that rest and digest. Acknowledging the contentment and the joy and the happiness you feel being in rest and digest, parasympathetic nervous system. You may feel tingles in your feet and your hands. You may feel a sense of joy that you want to smile as you flutter your eyes to open them. You may see me in the screen, or you may see yourself in the screen. Smile at yourself. Smile at everyone else on the call. Know that this is a tool for you. These oils bring us into a space. It's like a big invitation to love ourselves. It's God's gift from our earth. We bring essential oils from our earth to your home. That's what Young Living does. That's what I do as a leader in aromatherapy and in this industry. That is one of my gifts that I feel so called to share. Thank you for joining the night tonight. Please don't go anywhere. I'm just going to end this recording so you have a clean recording to share, so that you have education to share out. And those of you that are live, it pays to show up live. You're the ones going to get the giveaways. You're the one that gets to ask questions. You're the one that gets personal, private attention. Thank you for coming, and please stay. For all of you watching this recording, thank you, and reach out. I'd love to chat.